Let's take a look at the technical aspects of how this works. As you recall, we've got projects over here. We need to be updated, but we want these to be emailed out to the project managers who are not QuickBase users. When the project manager receives the email, they can see what the status of a particular project is, and when they press a button, it adds a record here, and QuickBase then will go and update the original record. This ensures that the people that are not QuickBase users never ever see sensitive information, and they only act upon the emails that they receive, which you are sending to them. So there is a special email, and it's this one here, send emails. Notice at the top there's a disclaimer at the top here. You want to make sure that you customize this report and include only the active ones, because you don't want to be emailing people for projects that have been closed and whatnot. So you want to do that and then save it so that you know that when you press this button, click, that this little script that runs will only edit the records of the records contained in this report. And down below here, you can see we just did this at 9:57. What that does is because we've edited this record, this fires off an email notification, which gives us this. And this email has a button in here. If I hover over it, you'll see it's preloaded with all the information that we know about this project. So when you press it, notice it's doing the second line down here. It says Gen Add Record Form, and it fills it out, waiting for you to override or update any of the information. So click. When I do that, what happens is that this information fills in all of these, and you can update any of these fields because that's what's happening. You're the project manager out in the field. Once you hit submit up above, the data goes back into QuickBase, and it creates a child record. And let's go back into the application. This child record then wakes up and tells this to update the records. So how does all that kind of stuff work? Well, the first thing is that email. It's very important to use this email and to make sure that this is the group. This will launch a script. And if you click and edit the field properties, you can see which script it's running. The script is actually housed under your settings inside your application under pages. And it's this one right here. And you can edit this and open this up if you wish to, because sometimes people will make modifications to it. Okay, so when the email gets fired, there's an email notification that's triggered out of the projects table. And let's go into that. And it says whenever the last email sent field has been modified, I want to send this email out. And here's the text of it. And it includes this field called Update Project. And it also includes a copy of the record. And notice down below here that this is a special copy of the record. It says Project Email Form. You can make your forms different than the one that you currently use, because this is for something out in the field. Where's that form? Under the project area, you'll find that there's a form right here, and that form is Project Email Form. It's an abbreviated version of the form. Okay, so that fires off the email, and now let's take a look at the actual button. Now, I know all this information and all these fields of information here are something that I want the button to automatically have. So I'm going to embed all of this information in this button here. So I'm going to edit this and show you what that looks like. And when you open up your application, you can do the same. And it's really an orange button that is from a formula text field. And the reason I'm using a CSS button, I guess you could say, in this code that's up above that gives it this colorization, is because it lives through your email. If you use a formula URL button, it will work. However, the button will not be colorized, and it'll be a bit of text with an underscore under it, like a hyperlink. So this is the reason for that orange button. But anyway, we're filling out, and this is staging the button so that when you press it, automatically fill out the destination form with the known information from all these fields, which is really powerful. Now, there's also something appended at the bottom which allows you to take QuickBase out of the picture. So when you press that yellow button, it doesn't have the surroundings of the header of a QuickBase form. It looks like a generic form. So that's what that piece right is there. So let's see. So someone presses the button. It actually goes over to this record right here. I'm going to add one right here so you see what it looks like. Now this is a blank one, but the button would have filled out all these fields and let you modify them. You can update all the things, overwrite any of the information, and when you save this, it says thank you very much. There is an action here that says that when the table is saved, and let's go down and take a look at this. When the record, update the original, that's the name of this. So when the record is added to this, I want to edit related records, and I want to copy the value from the PM into the PM. And every single one of those fields can be overwritten by doing this. And so there's quite a few of them. There's probably about 100 fields here in this example, but they're all different milestones that can be updated. And of course, your application doesn't have to have as many fields, but so let's follow the bouncing ball really quickly one more time. So a project, there's a special email, this send email. When you press on this, this updates this, which triggers an email notification to go out that has a button in it, like this button right here. And it's preloaded with all the information. You can review it. When you get to that location, it's preloaded. You can overwrite the information, save it, and then an action wakes up and goes back and updates the original record. So that's a view of a way that you can use the functionality of QuickBase and not necessarily have to have your project managers be a user to update the projects that they're working on.